Pleasant Wednesday evening greetings, one and all. Sharm Espina here, homegrown, and so glad to bring you PTV News Now. Now, tops on our news leaderboard tonight. High on the Philippine government's wish list and its military modernization program, a fleet of the iconic, versatile, and highly maneuverable piece of flying and fighting piece of machine to fly both friendly and not so friendly skies in the last 50 years, the F-16 fighter jet. Towards such end, the Philippine government took a leap forward when the U.S. State Department put on the green light on the Philippine government's request to acquire at least 20 F-16 aircrafts in the first tranche of its procurement scheme. The price tag for its hefty and formidable hardware package, close to $5.6 billion, or approximately 319 billion pesos. And though the 2025 allocation for the AFP's modernization program is just 33 billion pesos, or a tenth of its entire first tranche cash, this proposed 20 F-16 fighter jet acquisition will be bankrolled by a creative combo of greater outlays in the succeeding years and loans mostly from the United States-based banks or financial institutions. The package also includes 4 spare engines, radar and missile launchers, anti-aircraft artillery, targeting equipment, and electronic countermeasures. The Pentagon's Defense Security Cooperation Agency, or DSCA, issued the announcement late last night in Washington, D.C., or earlier this morning, Southeast Asian time. In its announcement, the DSCA says the proposed sale is in line with America's long-standing policy of helping improve the security of an ally and strategic partner, which stands as a bastion of political stability, peace, and economic progress in the region. And in other news, the imposition of soaring tariff rates on imported goods from Canada and Mexico is in large part Trump putting the squeeze on his neighbors to the north and south to crack down harder on fentanyl products and precursors entering the United States from the north and southern borders. Then again, the fight against fentanyl has been upped with more high-tech scanning devices put in place, as VOA's Carolyn Pursuti reports.
I was right here. I was facing this direction.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing your voice come up behind me.
Donnie McKillop's wife Jasmine found him here at this bus stop in Tucson, Arizona. Then they each held their breath. And the world went silent for just a moment.
I thought you were going to yell at me and scream at me.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
McKillop was back on fentanyl. He'd been missing for 6 months.
I turned to fentanyl because I couldn't find heroin, and it was easy to find.
Fentanyl is cheap and potent, but the high is brief, leaving the user constantly on the hunt to buy more. McKillop was paying about $1 a pill and using up to 20 a day. More than likely, McKillop's pills were smuggled through here, the Nogales-Mariposa port of entry. It's the closest U.S.-Mexico border crossing to his house. These scanners x-ray the trucks to look for drugs. Low energy beams for the cab, where the driver sits. Higher energy for the trailer and its cargo. These machines were installed at this crossing last year. Because drivers no longer have to stop and get out, the port has gone from scanning 100 trucks a day to 700.
It would look like this, like a floor.
Border officers then analyze the scan and look for something odd. VOA was given an exclusive look at the control room to see how the government discovers fentanyl.
They noticed that the floor seems a lot more dense. It looks darker in the x-ray than the previous truck did. That's an anomaly.
Each of these little squares is a packet of drugs. Now see if you can find the narcotics here. The round shadows are the cargo. It's a truck of melons. See anything out of place?
The contraband is here.
These rectangular packages on the floor of the trailer are the drugs. Passenger cars drive through regular border checks. Some are sent for a more thorough search. Others go through scanners that transmit the images to Officer Alejandro Bachillier.
They tend to load up these cars with the fentanyl pills in the doors, in the firewall, the quarter panels.
Fentanyl seizures doubled every year in the past 5 years. Customs officers here and at all the Nogales ports found 60% of that fentanyl. Earlier this month, the Mexican government agreed to send 10,000 troops to stop the flow of migrants and illegal drugs at its border. U.S. President Donald Trump brokered the deal in exchange for delaying tariffs on Mexico. Ramirez says the street price of fentanyl is reportedly going up.
So that tells you that the demand is there, but we're hurting the supply.
Did you show him?
We didn't do it today.
McKillop suggests Americans stop stigmatizing people addicted to drugs.
Once I realized that my family was there, my family still loved me, you know, that hope was sparked again.
And now he's hoping his days of addiction are behind him.
It feels good.
Carolyn Pursuti, VOA News, Tucson, Arizona.
At this moment, let's all lend our eyes and ears to my colleague in PTV's Baguio City studios for what's hot and happening in the Cordilleras. Audrey?
Naimbag Arabi, idilang na palabas alawas in deklara ti Pagasa ti panagrugiti dry season. Sigun iti Pagasa masansa na makapasar ti syudad iti panagtudo ita dry season gapo iti intertropical convergence zone kan localized weather patterns kas iti guruod gapo iti easterlies. Iti weather monitoring ti Pagasa makapasar iti nabara a panawan ti Baguio City intun sumar sa runupay alawas kan posible adumanon iti agingga 27 degrees Celsius ti heat index. Kabayatan na bambantayan ti Pagasa ti posible apan nakabukol ti low pressure area iti RUAR, ti Philippine Area of Responsibility ang mga pektari iti Pilipinas kadagiti masungad nga aldaw.
Yung easterly, kasi ito yung hangin na kung saan doon sa Pacific Ocean, mainit yung temperatura. Kaya nga sa umaga hanggang hapon, yun yung nandun yung mga heat index na sa hapon naman from morning up to afternoon, nagde-develop kasi yung mga mga cloudiness. At ito yung dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng mga isolated rain showers and thunderstorm.
Iti sa balipay adamag na ibilin ti panang sukima dagiti masaknan a lokal a gobyerno kadagiti pasdak iti masakupan da lugar kasarunot ti napasamak a 7.7 aging ginad iti Myanmar. Iti Baguio City impanakil ti City Building and Architecture Office a regular ti inspeksyon da kadagiti dadakkel a patrabaho kadagiti commercial buildings kas kadagiti mall, hotel, inns kenda dumapay a pasdak. Nupay man narimaan ti paningyornos ti opisina iti pakabuklan a datos kadagiti na sukimat da nga establishmento na suruk iti 1,500 nga accommodation establishments ti nakarehistro iti Baguio City pakairamanan dagiti hotel, resort ken homestay. Dumanon mat 84,577 a business permit ti pagdagusan ken dormitoryo ti impaay ti Baguio LGU. Agtultuloy mat ti koordinasyon da iti CDRRMO, Association Structural Engineers of the Philippines, ken iti Philippines Institute of Civil Engineers para iti inspeksyon.
Actually dati makon-conduct nga annual inspections ti amin structures kang runan dagiti structures nga duty population na ngay, eskwelahan.
Hotels.
Talaga nga rami dun nila ito. Yeah. Siyempre, kung nakaruntot tayo, no? They have manulang ti staff. Usually, dagijay structures nga nangato iti ko na occupancy na.
Dagiti damdamag manipud iti PTV Cordillera, siya ni Audrey Villana na Imbag Arabi.
Many thanks, Audrey. And so that is a wrap for tonight. Join us anew tomorrow evening for the next set of breaking stories at the hour. And make it always a habit to stay connected by catching the news right here. Sharms Espina here wishing you a much cooler and more restful night ahead. And thank you for watching PTV News Now.